How's it going? I'm just looking at Quora on here. I have a pretty active account on Quora where people ask me questions all the time, like, what about this? What about that in my network marketing business? Sometimes it's entrepreneurship. So I'm going to dig into two or three questions that I think may be useful for you as a fellow entrepreneur and network marketer. And who knows, maybe the answer I give you is like, oh man, that's a great idea that could really help you today. So let's have a look at questions for me, or I want the questions that I've been asked. Um, where are they? Questions for you. Here we go. How did you make your first money as a social media influencer? So, like, I don't really like the term influencer because I don't know, it categorizes something that's been around for a long time. Like, if you can build up an audience of people who trust what you advise them, you're an influencer. I think the common misconception nowadays is I mean, I don't have like millions and millions of followers, but I make a good amount of money and I help a lot of people. And that's because of the quality of the influence that I impart, if you will. So you can have 5 million followers on Instagram, but if they follow you just because, I don't know, they kind of like the way you look, or, you know, you said something decent one time and they forgot to unfollow you, or your message is mismatched and all over the place, Monday you're promoting this, Tuesday you're promoting that, they're probably not going to actually act upon what you advise them to do. They just might like looking at your pretty pictures. So I would say if you want to be, first of all, an influencer, look at like influencing who and to do what, right? You want to be an ethical person and you also want to make money in business. So make sure you're answering those questions. And the way to make your first money out of that, there's various options. I'd say the simplest and quickest way, once you've built some kind of brand, which is really important, some kind of influence, is affiliate marketing. You know, it's very easy for you to look around at a product that you use or you like and recommend it to other people for a cut of the sales. That's so easy to do. Hey, I use this product. Here's the results I've got. You all like my results, so you can go and buy it too. It's a simple process, and most of the time you can get started for free. Just, I would buy the product first, though. That's an ethical thing to do. How do I create a high quality blog to help increase the organic traffic in Google? So I wouldn't really be looking at organic traffic in Google anytime soon. Again, just to be totally honest with you, there is so much fierce competition. There are millions of websites out there, and you don't have a cat in hell's chance, as we say around here, of squeezing yourself in between all those people unless you have a whole bunch of money, or a whole bunch of like an existing following who can drive a lot of traffic to your blog. What I would focus on instead is speaking to the individual. Every time you create a piece of content, imagine that you're actually speaking to an individual to help them. You should have a target audience. You should have a reason why you picked that audience, and you should be trying to solve their specific challenges and giving them specific solutions. So if you do that, you won't need the traffic on Google because it'll be shareable content. Like if I suddenly decide to start a blog, let's say I was a tall woman, right? So it's completely got off the wall, right? Let's say I was a tall woman, which I'm neither of those things, and I had really big feet. I do have big feet for my height, actually, so I can sort of relate. Imagine I have big feet, right? And I'm like, hey, you know, doesn't it feel really annoying when you go out and you can't find pretty shoes to go on your night out with, right? And like I found this brand that's really good, and I kind of spoke about the tips and tricks that ladies with big feet could still find nice shoes or remake nice shoes for themselves, right? All the women that had big feet and were like, yeah, that's me, that's me, that's me. They'd want to come to my content, and they'd probably share it with other people. Hey, you know, this is the guy or the girl I was talking to you about, right? So organically that traffic would grow, and then when Google sees all these people coming to your site, that's when they're going to start saying, well, maybe we should feature you as well. Because Google is an advertising platform. That's how it makes its money. And it's only going to promote to the top of the search engines. It's only going to promote content it feels people really want to see, they're going to stick around with, and they're going to bounce around on the internet with, right? So you need to first have that strength in your website by having people come to your content, refer it, stay there, look around. Once Google sees that, then it will start to raise you up the rankings. I mean, there's on-page tips I could give you, SEO, that kind of thing, but even with all of those, isn't going to make a difference if the content just isn't up to scratch. Let's do one more. What are we on? Like 4 minutes-ish. Let's just do one more. What is the lowest amount of money you can invest online? Oh my word. Like, I understand why people would say that, right? There's a lot of desperate people out there. I had 50 grand worth of debt when I first came into this industry, but that was never my question. My question was never how can I do the least? How can I have the least skin in the game? You know why? I'd learned some important lessons as a traditional business owner. And my wife and I owned a health club, and we used to give out, you know, we're friendly people, want to help people lose weight, get in better shape. So I used to give out some cheap or free memberships to friends and family. Like if they were friends, cheap. If they were family, it was free. They were the worst people for getting results, the worst people for attendance. You know why? They had no skin in the game. They didn't miss it. Everyone else is paying £35, £40 a month, like $50, $60. They're paying maybe £5 or £10 a month or nothing. So they don't miss it. Well, I'll take it or I'll leave it, right? So if you don't put yourself under sufficient pressure to actually focus on what you're doing, chances are you're probably not going to make it in this industry. Because one of the biggest reasons why people are failing anyway is a lack of focus. Like one of the reasons why I got into the state of 50 grand's worth of debt was I couldn't make my mind up on the right solution. And while I was procrastinating on this decision, the situation was getting worse. So let's start to change our behavior and our habits and move forward by forcing ourselves to do that. No one's going to come along with a silver spoon and go, oh, here you go, here's the medicine, right? We need to do that for ourselves, be a big boy and a big girl. So what I did was I was like, okay, I'm a bunch in debt, but I want to join a good business. I want the right business. I don't want the cheapest, which is usually the most expensive in the long run. I want to actually go for something that gives me the best odds of succeeding. So when you're looking around at investing in yourself online, whether it's courses, coaching, a business opportunity, maybe you want to start a new business and you're like, man, do I have to have that expenditure again? Listen, if you feel that's the best shot at you winning, then it's expensive for you not to do that. You know, I promote a particular consultancy course, and the course is a couple of grand. It's actually $1,500 with the discount that I offer. But still, there's way cheaper courses out there for that business model. But I say the same thing when I reviewed it on a video for that. I said, listen, I just couldn't sleep at night. If I just was a little bit short in that business, thinking if I'd have got that better course, would that have given me the help that I need? If I'd have got the help from that person who I really saw as number one, could I have been better than where I am? Could I have provided more for my family? Could I have not been on the scrap heap like I am right now? I don't think I could sleep if I felt that way. Now, I could sleep, although not very well, but I would still sleep if I wasn't good enough. If I gave it my all, if I did the best for myself, if I made the smartest decisions, if I invested the most I could actually, like really afford, if I could do that and still didn't have what it took, I'd be like, well, at least you gave it your all, Richard. At least you gave it a shot. But I couldn't look at my wife and daughter and them saying, well, you gave it your best, didn't you? I know we're not living very well, but you gave it your best. And me go, yeah. And inside think, no, I didn't. I just couldn't live with that. And I don't think you could either. So don't be looking around for the cheapest, the easiest, the freest, whatever. Look around as if you've got $1 million in the bank. Who would you want to work with? Like, I would rather you get the cheapest course from the best person then go out there and go, oh, I can get all of this through this guy, but I'm actually not quite sure, but it seems a good deal. Don't do that. Like, find the good people, find the ones with the results, find the quality business opportunities, the quality people, and invest whatever you can in that. That's going to give you the best choice, and then at least you're going to be able to sleep at night, and it's probably what's going to take it to get you in the right frame of mind and the right tactics that you need. So what are we on now? 8 minutes, that's long enough. So answer those 3 questions for you. I hope they've helped you in some way. Maybe something about the answers I gave you some kind of use. If it did, I would love to hear about that. If you've got a question for me, stick it in the comments. I'm more than happy to feature that in a future episode. And as always, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. If you like my style of training, which you probably do, so you wouldn't be here still 8 minutes on, then you can go to richardmatharoo.com. Got a whole bunch of free training for you there, specifically for network marketers with the same style that I just delivered there. But over there, you'll find specific topics per video. There's even a little search bar you'll find over there. Type in the topic you want to look up, and you'll get the help that you need for free. I'll catch up with you in the next one. If you're a subscriber, have a fantastic day, and bye for now.